Okay, none of you know how many times I've actually already done this. I've already lost track. I've had to go back and forth to make sure if I could use players' names, if I can't use their names, and it looks like I can't use their names, and there are some things that I put in the first initial video or initial recording that I just couldn't talk about. So today what I'm going to be doing is talking about Optic Halo, and there's just one or three things that I really do want to say. The first thing is that last night I did tweet out that by December 6th, we will find out our full roster. Now the reason December 6th is so important is that is when the ladder opens up for everything leading up to that $1.7 million tournament. That is the significance of that date. Now, one of the other things I do want to talk about is my tweet from the other day that's been getting a lot of attention at the Optic Gaming Reddit, which is when I tweeted out, being a team captain has its, difficult decisions or something along those lines. And what that was talking about or addressing at the time was something that happened about a week before that tweet. And without me saying any names, is that there was a player that we were going after, right? And this player is incredible. Top 10 players, in my opinion, in the past 3 Halos and whatnot. And we really wanted him on the team. And one of the things was that he also had a teammate that I thought was extremely, incredibly good, so I would want both of them on the team. Now, initially we were just going after that one player, but the dilemma in my head came up where if this one player did join, I think he's going to try to bring his buddy along because them together are just an incredible duo. Now, to bring up that tweet, that kind of puts me in the situation where as a captain, you go through many things, and just as a player on a team, you go through these situations of personal matters and business matters. Personal matters is that you become really good friends for the most part with everyone on your team. There are teams that people just don't get along with one another, but they just stick together just to make sure they game and they get the job done because that's the best team they at that time could have together without finding people they enjoy. And some people just like that. Some people don't like to be buddies with the people on their team because in their mindset they only have one thing, and that's to compete and to win. So that's all that matters to them. For me, I am definitely more of the family type of person, the buddy, like to make friends with anyone I team with, and that is where that tweet comes up, right? So if we got this one player and he asked for his buddy to join, I would be stuck in the dilemma where do I stick with Maniac, who lives in the house, is totally part of the Optic brand, follows the Optic gaming vision of creating content and just providing entertainment for everyone to watch, or do I kind of go onto a business scale side of it where, in my opinion, currently I think Assault is better than Maniac. Now, who will be the best by the time the tournament comes around? No one knows. Currently, at this time, not me trying to be cocky or whatnot. I know I did not have a strong performance during last year, but this game is completely different. I think this is my game. I have so much fun playing this, and I know I'm going to be a lot better than I showed myself this past recent year. With that dilemma being presented to me, it was something that I had to think about because this is a big tournament. It is at $1.7 million, and it's only getting bigger. For all we know, it could possibly end up at $2.5 million, which is just mind-blowing. That tweet kind of had some relevance to that current situation, which that situation is not going to happen at all after weeks. It's just died out. People decided to stick with their own teams and figure out what they want to do within their own structure, which makes my life easier because then I don't have to pull the trigger and decide or make that decision. And so no, Maniac did not get dropped. No, Assault did not change anything with Optic in his name, I believe, unless he mistakenly did it since he is a YouTube noob and just learning it from me and Maniac without being at the house, which he will be arriving around January 1st, I believe. His brother lives out here. He's actually having a kid. After he has a kid, he is coming over to the house. Not the kid, but Assault. And he's going to grind out from January 1st with us all the way up until January either 18th or 19th. And I believe there will be 4 online qualifiers, which will allow us to really bond as a team and figure out the stuff that we need to fix before he goes back to Connecticut to game from there. Second thing I want to talk about is who our fourth will be. Now, there are some people we played. I can't really name too many names because of legal reasons like contracts and whatnot and things that players are, at the end of the day, not supposed to do, or not that they're not allowed to do, but if they were to pull the trigger and say, I do want to join the team, then they would have to go through different channels to make sure that they could get out of their contract or do whatever they have to do in order to join us while they have that contract with their other org and just figure it out so there is no bad relationships with them and their old org and coming into us and things like that. A player I can't talk about is that last night we have tried out Cloud. Cloud, in my opinion, is probably the best player on the market that we can grab. If he doesn't like what he does today with a couple of the other teams he's going to try out for, I do hope that he does decide to come to us because, like I said, I think he's our best option. Him and Maniac kind of go way back. I also believe a solid team with them at one point. So all three of them have a really good connection with one another, and that would just allow them to all play better together in game because they already know each other on a personal level. This kind of transitions into what I want to talk about next, which I don't want this to scare anyone because I don't believe I'm actually going to go through fully with it, but it is something that I do want to get off my chest and try it out, is that I will be running with 3 other players possibly tomorrow. Now, I don't know if this team, that if I do enjoy it that much and I'm like, you know what, after thinking a lot, I do really want to team with these guys, that that would become Optic Halo, or will it be the other org's name, which will be a conversation for another day. But I do just want to get that off my chest, is that I will be running with 3 other people just so I do it and never have to worry about the thought at the back of my head saying, what happens if I team with those guys, right? Like, I gave it the little chance, so with that chance, I know what the potential could have been just from simply playing about 5 to 10 games. I could figure things out like that real quickly. I could tell the potential growth of a team and whatnot, and that's just from being around the circuit for a long time. I don't want that to start anyone. I'm not going to name or mention names either, just because I don't think there's any reason for it yet. Everything will be basically broken down on Sunday, which is December 6th, when we fully announce everything. I let everyone know what I'm doing. Optic Halo lets everyone know what they're doing, and we finally figure out the game plan. The last thing I do want to talk about is that the other day someone did quote tweet me saying, or quoting my tweet saying, just finally moved into the house, can't wait to grind out with Maniac and Salt. And, I do want to apologize, which is something I usually don't do because I usually own up to my word, and what I say is usually what I do. It's not that I haven't grinded, we just haven't had a full team to do the full grind. But everyone on the team right now has not missed a day of gaming, from what I believe. We've basically have been jumping on every single day. If we can't get on all 3 of us together, there will be individuals playing on their own. For the most part, I'm playing about 1 hour in the morning every single day after my workout, that little grace period before I have to eat my first meal. But I do want to promise to everyone that come January 1st, after I come back from New Jersey visiting family, since I didn't go see them on Thanksgiving, that I'm going to be non-stop gaming. There's 3 things literally I'm going to be doing from January all the way until the end of March, and that is gaming, going to the gym, and continuing this YouTube content creation. There is just way too much money on the line. The scene is the biggest it's ever been for us, that there's just no excuse for me not to play over 6 hours a day. I have to go into Crim 6 mode, where I just turn into a robot and program myself to do 3 simple things: game, gym, YouTube. That's it. And obviously, I'm going to, lube up every once in a while, aka get some food in my body in the open time periods that I do get. But gym, game, YouTube. Game, gym, YouTube. YouTube, game, gym. You better believe that is all I'm going to be doing. Again, to kind of reiterate everything, the tweet I sent out was for a situation that thankfully took care of itself, where I did not have to decide if I had to drop one of the players. 2 is that we will be figuring out our 4th by this Sunday, December 6th. 3, I will be running with 3 other players. Don't know what it's going to turn into, but like I said, it's something I just have to get off my chest. I have to get it out of my head, where I'm never put in that position where I go, what if, right? That is the worst situation in life to ever be in, is the what ifs, and I don't want to have a what if, so it's something that I'm going to be doing. And then January 1st, I'm sacrificing everything. I'm not going out. I'm not partying. I'm not trying to hang out with girls. I'm not drinking. I am straight up doing gaming, gym, and YouTube. The grind is about to be real, and you better believe it.